Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Why is Mark Zuckerberg always on top of the freaking trend, understands it and rides it, and is pushing into each evolution of Facebook based on people's usage and how they want to interact with the platform? Yet Jack of Twitter is so far behind in his freaking thinking. Even Facebook today just launched, or a couple days ago, video filters where you could put faces on yourself, just like Snapchat. What is Jack from Twitter waiting for? Seriously, what is he waiting for? What is he doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing with Twitter, bro? Seriously. It's gotten to a point where you're not making it so that that marginal user will come to your platform. Right now, you've developed a little niche, and that niche is up to date news, up to date with what's happening. But you're not providing that social factor. It's only based on topics. It needs to be based on hobbies. It needs to be based on play. It needs to be not just like serious interests. It needs to have a social aspect where people want to come on and say, you know what, instead of creating on Snapchat, instead of creating on Instagram, instead of creating on Facebook, we'll just create directly onto Twitter. Because Twitter has everything that they have in one, and it's in real time, and it's happening now, and people want to know what's happening now. But the problem is the guy's he's, I don't know, like building dumb emojis into pictures, like where you could put like a sticker into a picture. Like, that's what Jack is doing? Like, dude, are you kidding me? There's apps that do that. Who cares? Who cares? What is going on with why people should use your platform? I mean, obviously Facebook is keeping it so that people will stay on to the platform, use the platform. I mean, live video, now you can be talking with your friends and making faces. And I mean, at least do something, Jack. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, Mark Zuckerberg is watching and acting. What are you doing? What are you doing? Seriously. Dump your dumb ass Square company, your stupid ass processing payment company, which anybody and everybody does. Who cares about that? Okay. And why don't you work on something that has mass appeal? I mean, you're going to have so many competitors with Square. I mean, who cares? Everybody's going to try to eat into your margins. Forget about that dumbass business. Go into something that makes sense, like your freaking Twitter that you've been working on for the past 10, 12 years, and just go full force and make it a social platform where people want to communicate with each other on it, not just troll one another. Make it so that people find it as the one and only place to be because you get everything at once. Seriously, do something different, Jack. Seriously, it's getting old. It's getting tired. I'm sick of waiting. I don't know what you're doing. Your Moments shit sucked. I mean, I even said that Moments, before you even announced it, you could go and look back on my Twitter and you could timestamp that. I even said that the only way Moments is going to work is if they allow everybody and anybody to curate moments. They need to provide a tool so that people can create their own moment. And what happens? Jack announces that like a couple months ago or something. I forget how. Yeah, I think a couple months ago. I mean, seriously, I don't even talk to these people every day. Like, I don't even have a team working with me to help me brainstorm and think. Okay, these people have a board of people. Like, they bring on a board of people like from all different great industries. These people are all millionaires, right? Like, one guy from Google, another guy from Amazon. Like, they put on all these people on a Twitter board, and no good new ideas, no fresh ideas, no insights on anything. Just What are they doing on your board? What are they doing? Wow. What is going on? Carl Icahn's right, man. I mean, these people are like fraternity brothers that work for these public companies. They're like fraternity brothers. I mean, there's just so many ideas with Twitter. I mean, it's just crazy that like the platform is literally has been the same for the last 4 years, I feel like. Like no changes. Yeah, like okay, it's leading on the what's happening now aspect of it, and Facebook is trying to capture that. Google wants to capture little of it, but it needs more. It needs more, and you need to find out what it is that will get people. Like, why don't you do a focus group or something, man? Why don't you get a bunch of young little kids and just see why they're on Snapchat, see why they're on Instagram, see why they're on Facebook. Well, they're probably not on Facebook anymore, these young kids, but just see what it is about it, and then try to incorporate it into your company and see what that missing element is when they use your company. Have them sit and just be like, hey, you use Twitter as a young kid, like, and then see, like, just let them ask questions. Like, little kids will be like, well, how come I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. And then you could capture that group. You could take that group in and you can start to develop Twitter so that young kids would want to be on it to talk about whatever they want to talk about. Pokemon, freaking Barbies, whatever it is that they want to talk about. But you need to make it so that they always want to see what the other person's talking about. You need to bring, if Twitter is going to be real time, just always about what's happening now, then you need to make it so that little kids find a reason to use it. Because once you capture that young group, then you can work up from there. It's pretty much what Instagram is. It's pretty much what, Facebook started as a college thing, but then what blew it up was the young kids. I mean, come on. Come on, seriously, you guys are supposedly supposed to be in Silicon Valley, Geniusville. But I don't see any genius happening right now. I don't know, like, what you guys are doing over there in Geniusville, San Francisco. Do you guys have, like, a brain? Because, I mean, it seems like Mark Zuckerberg, I mean, his history shows he's good at just copying people and stealing people's ideas. So it's no surprise that Facebook the guy will never have an original idea, okay? If you want to know something about Zuckerberg, he'll never have an original idea. He'll never sit and brainstorm and think or whatever. He'll just take an idea that's working and just try to use it for himself. He's done it from the beginning of Facebook till now. Okay? With Facebook, what it did, how he stole it from those two kids, ran with the idea. Now he has trending topics and stuff on Facebook that's taken from Twitter. He bought Instagram. He saw that was going to be the next thing. He just, bro, he basically, I mean, listen, Mark Zuckerberg, whatever, but he'll never have an original idea. But he took that company for pennies from the Instagram founder. They asked the Instagram founder on Bloomberg, I don't know, what was it, last week or something, or a couple weeks ago? Like, how do you feel about selling? Man, just hearing his response, like, she asked him, like, how did you feel about selling, like, do you feel like you sold early? And his response, I mean, he did. He sold really early, man. And his excuse was, well, you can't look at the dollar amount you sold it for. You have to look at the impact that it made on humanity. Yeah, fine. We all agree. But at the end of the day, you have a lot of money now, but still, you sold at $1 billion. Instagram right now is valued at what, 36 billion? Maybe 45 billion? Wow. I would have loved to get in that company public. I mean, I was hoping that company would go public, but, you know, it happens that way. Mark Zuckerberg got one on him, and what? He made an extra 34 billion or 39 billion extra. He made an extra that amount of money, added that to Facebook's net worth. So, you know, kudos to him on that. But, you know, he tried to buy Snapchat, but Evan Spiegel was like, nope. You know, he must have had people around him that made him self-aware. I don't know where Jack is though. Maybe Jack needs to get outside the house or something. Maybe because it's like that beard grew really long. I don't know. Like the connection with people is gone. I mean, he tweets about dumb shit. If you ever watch Jack, he tweets about the dumbest shit. He always tweets about like Black Lives Matter and like sports and like, okay, great. You know what? Those are your topics, but like you have a weird fetish with Black Lives Matter and these liberal leaning political agenda bullshit. Like, I don't know, man. Like what? You just like that and just some sports, I guess. But like, then how are you supposed to understand what the average person wants? I mean, I will agree that sports has something. I mean, I will agree that. But sports viewership is dying. Like, ESPN just lost how many viewers? How many subscriptions? 651,000 or something? Or was it 300,000? They lost a pretty sizable amount of subscriptions, ESPN. So that's signal enough that sports is losing its appeal. Now, do I think sports is better well fit on social media instead of TV? Yes, 100%. If Twitter goes into that sports arena and it wants to air every sport game live on Twitter, I will be 100% for that. I will say that is the future. And I 100% agree with that. So if that's what they want to do, I 100% agree with that. I think that'll be an amazing idea. But if you're going to keep on with this bullshit, like right now you have the presidential election that's giving Twitter that volume, but that's going to happen once every 4 years. And the interest of the public is so large in that it makes sense why it's happening. But they need to find something else. They need to find that daily thing. Okay? Like Instagram found. They found that daily thing. People go on. They want to look at freaking pictures every day. Okay? Facebook started pictures. Then it became more about what you're saying. Now what you're sharing. So it's more of an older crowd. Snapchat it gives you that, you know what? Screw it. Don't show me a picture. Just show me what you're doing. You know, so that's interesting in itself, but you want to see that every day. Unfortunately, there's not some news article every day that's going to make the whole world want to see it. So you need to figure out how to get people on here every day. You know, and I think Moments is that way in. I think their new app Moments is that way in, because Moments, if they could transform that into getting people to share like a daily recap of everything they've done, or a daily recap of the research they've done on the computer, or what they're interested in, and they want to show you that in a presentation form, that can be interesting. I think that might work. That might be the next evolution in how people would want to communicate. Instead of just showing themselves every day to each other, maybe people will look at it like, show me what you are viewing. Show me what you're doing. Show me what you're interested in. And then combine that with pictures of themselves. I mean, so it can go either way, but I think people at Twitter really need to get their shit going, man. They really need to stop with this isolationism I think that they're living at Twitter, and really go and attack that social media trend, that zeitgeist that everybody wants to communicate about to each other, for and with. So they need to find that. They need to find that spear. You know, Instagram found pictures, Snapchat found live videos, Facebook found discussions with videos and pictures. Twitter needs to find itself in itself.